Okay, in the last video I promised I would explain why we had to go to the other points. Let's pretend this top knot is this box, okay? So you're looking at a corner of the box from this angle. And here's the top of the building that we have. So here's that midline. These lines both on the exterior of the box go to the left. I think we can agree on that. And then these go to the right. The problem is when you get behind inside the box, the lines actually kind of go crisscross on you because this line and this line are parallel, okay? So these two lines are parallel and these two lines are parallel. So when you have to draw them, they report to the same points because they're parallel. So this one, even though it was on the front, it was easy because it's on the right, it goes to the right. Its parallel line in the back goes also to the right. And the same on this side. These two lines are the same, they're parallel, they go to the same point. So when you draw, you have to remember the front of the object, the back. If the back shows up, start remembering what does the matching line of your building or your box or your window frame or any of those features, what did the front do? Did it go to the left or the right? That's what the back does. Okay, so we're gonna mess with that right now. Here's my needle box, I'll put it right here. Okay, so let's start working on some doors here. What we're going to do is take, honestly, please don't beat yourself up. I don't care how you do it, okay? You figure it out, but let's take a space in this area in this first row. And again, here's our midline. I'll make this a little darker so it's easier to see. I'm just going to reinforce it. And we're going to come in here and make a door frame. Now, hope you have a handy eraser. I'm going to go in and I think I'll take out, oh my, it doesn't, you just choose. Somewhere in the middle you're going to make a door. It's your drawing. Just do it. Now, the closer you get to a line, you can put your ruler over the line to guard it and then just erase right up to that line. Oh, I guarded too much. Okay, so I took out quite a nice little swath of lines on that front row. Okay, and I think what I'm going to try to do is zoom in. Let's see if it will let me do it. Ah, it did. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to widen my door. I'm going to have to put the door frame to the third point. So I'm going to make my lines fairly dark so you can see them. I know it's kind of a bare. This lighting isn't great. I don't exactly have a studio. I'm working off like a kitchen table and a couple lights. All right, so I've made my door frames. They both go to the third point, and now I'm going to go to the first point and mark them off. If one line doesn't quite meet up with the other, just go back in, line it up to the third point, and finish it off. And you just keep playing till they finally match in the right direction. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is decide how big I want, how deep does this door go into the building. I think I want my door to be pretty beefy, so I'm just, what is that? Again, I keep telling you not to measure, and then I go ahead and give you a measurement, but it's about 1/4 of an inch. And I go to the third point at the top, and I'm going to draw up. I don't know what this top part, how fat it's going to be. I'm going to go to the left here and line it up. Oh, and I nailed it. See, practice eyeballing. I eyeballed that. What I was doing is I was coming up. I was also thinking about how does that line come out? Where about will it come out when I go to draw it? Now this line is going to have to go over here. So my corner may not be great. Yeah, my corner's not great. Okay, so I want to go a little bit further up. Okay, now I'm going to put this down to the 1. Okay, why don't we do that? That will look better. And I'm going to shade this in because this is like an overhang. Maybe it'll help you see it better. Okay, so now it looks like it pops in. And then I can make my double doors because this is like deluxe apartments. And I'll put a little bit of shading in here. And now I'll make a couple cross marks. And these will just slide on their own. How about that? Okay. Try it on the other side. Don't hate me. Here we go. So again, I'm going to try to match it somewhat. So I have one panel that's unaffected. This panel will get the doors cut in, and they'll save the last two. So I'm erasing 2 lines in here because I'm going to try to match-ish. Okay. I'm going to look at the door frame. I think I want my door frame halfway through that segment, that row, or that column. I'm actually going to do this. Look, I'm going to line this up to the 1 point and say, okay, how tall is this? So it's right about here on my midline, and that will give me a little bit of a gauge as to how tall I want my lines to be over here, okay? So that way these connect in height. So measure it from 1 to the midline, use the midline to come over to the right to the number 2, and then it will gauge how tall to make it. Okay, excuse me. Okay, let's see, is that about right? Yeah. I'm erasing my extra bits. And now I'm going to go ahead and make my door thing. So again, it's about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going up to the top here. I'm going to line up here. I could do the same thing. Actually, let's do that same thing. How tall was this overhang? It was about there. And then I can go to the 2 with it and use it to where it hits. There's my top. And let's see if that lines up pretty well. Pretty well. There we go. Color it in a little bit, give myself some shading. My slider doors with the automated door opening, it's about halfway here. I put it to the 3rd point. I'm going to make a couple of reflection, and I have my doors. Okay. You can double line things. I think I talked about that last time, so you can go ahead and like just make a little bit of surround detail. And I'll put a little bit of stuff on the top. Okay. Just has a nice finish, a little more finished look. Okay, let's try some windows. Let's go, or not windows, these are all kind of, but maybe something that has a little more detail in it. Should we do that? Some sort of like boxing? No, let's not do that. Oh, I know. Let's cut in, okay? Let's erase some of this. What do you think? Somewhere in halfway, just let's take out a chunk and play with that back area, okay? So I'm going to use this row. You choose a row in the middle. I'm sorry, I'm bending in. Can I see? Okay, you can see. And I'm going to erase a row. Follow it. Okay, erase a row. I am sure some architect would be like, what are you doing? Sorry, it's probably not structurally sound, but that's okay. What the hey? All right, I'm just reinforcing my lines. Okay, make it look a little bit better. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that overhang here. So I'm going to, just like we did last time with the back of the box, I'm going from here to the point number 1, and then I'll draw my line. And then shade. And do the same over here from 2 to here. And shade it in. Huh? Okay, so dun, 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 you've got yourself